Nick has officially finished his pee. This is good podcasting. Nick flushed the toilet like a champ. Ding. Hey, we're back.
Hey!
Except Nick doesn't have his headphones on yet, but that's okay.
That's okay. I can hear myself.
Exactly.
I can hear you too.
Exactly. Because really, you don't need your headphones on for this next little bit. Because speaking of good wrestling shows, we're going to talk about TNA. Hooray! Nick just took his headphones back off, and he may very well be leaving. TNA had a Bound for Glory pay-per-view last night.
TNA had something.
Oh, my God.
And it was a disappointment.
It was not. It was not good. It was holy shit.
But hasn't TNA had a lot of disappointments lately?
TNA has just been one gigantic disappointment. Really, for the last, I would say, I don't know, 2 years. The whole Hogan era in TNA has just been one gigantic disappointment. It really, really has.
It's horrible because he's just got re-signed.
Did he get?
TNA.
I didn't think they re-signed him. I thought they let him go.
I thought last thing that I read,
Oh, Jesus.
he got re-signed to TNA.
Yeah, because there's money you couldn't better spend on someone else.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. But I'm going to show you something, sir, and I know it's images that you have not seen before. I'm also going to take these images, I'm going to throw them up on the YouTube video when we do put them up. The images I'm about to show you were taken from cell phone cameras about the crowd at last night's Bound for Glory pay-per-view.
Okay.
So I'm showing Nick the first picture right now, and it's a picture taken from the hard cam side. So it's the side that is showing the actual, like, it's like just sort of catty-cornered to the actual crowd.
Yeah.
Because for the purposes of being filmed for television, you're seeing all of the people, so it looks like it's a full arena. However, from what we are seeing right now, that whole side of the arena is virtually empty.
Ouch.
There's almost no one there. They were telling people in the crowd to move over from the seats that they purchased to this section over here so that they could actually make it look like it was a full arena.
That is horrible.
Yeah, it's not good. And there's another picture from the same show right there, which again shows that side. And this is not like, oh, they took a picture before everyone went in. There is a match in the ring. And it's not a pre-show match, because the pre-show match was a tag team gauntlet match. So there'd be a lot more guys out there, right? This is a one-on-one match in the ring. The Ultimate X structure is above the ring. So that was because they had an Ultimate X match. And half of an empty arena. For what you, and by you I mean TNA, for what TNA argues is their biggest pay-per-view of the year. And you can't even comp a building full. This is a company that is going to die a slow and painful death in the next year, I would say.
Yeah. It's just not good at all. And I hear some people at where I work, it's just like, some of them was talking about the whole AJ Styles shoot promo.
Right.
Some of them were just like, it sounded like it was from the heart, and like he was doing it right off the top of his head, and it was better than Punk's and everything. And I'm just like,
yeah. And anybody that says,
have you been dropped on your head recently?
Yeah, anybody that says fucking AJ Styles shoot promo, worked shoot promo, whatever, was of a superior quality to Punk's is a TNA mark. I mean, you would almost have to. You'd almost have to be. Like, to think that was a better promo than the one that that Punk gave. And Punk's promo was by no means perfect.
Oh, no.
But it was a far cry better because he had a lot better material to work with than the one AJ had. Like AJ's wasn't really good. It was almost a rehash of the same thing. It just, I don't know, just didn't work. And above and beyond the fact that they couldn't even comp a building full for that show last night, it's a bad sign when every title that was defended on your card changed hands.
Seriously?
No champion retained their title.
Really?
Exactly.
So
which to me reeks of desperation.
They decided, we need to really mix shit up.
Yeah.
And get this interesting again.
Because clearly this isn't working.
Yeah.
So just title changes every title match. That's the only way to get them back. Which, before we go ahead with the titles that did change hands, a couple more attendance numbers for you from a couple of shows. September 20th live event, 950 people. This is the second biggest professional wrestling company in the world. Or sports entertainment company, or whatever. 950 people for a house show.
Wow.
Impact, their big, of course, television show. TNA Impact taping in Little Rock, Arkansas. The population of Little Rock, Arkansas is around 200,000 people, or 600,000 in the surrounding areas. Attendance to the Impact taping, 1,600.
Horrible.
1,600 people. God damn.
Compared to what those stadiums
exactly
can hold?
Exactly. And yeah, sure. WWE has been accused before of comping, just comping tickets to make their crowds look full. And I can understand that. But they sure as fuck had a lot more than 1,600 paying customers to go see any random Raw.
For sure.
So, and yeah, sure. WWE has been around a lot longer than TNA. It's the same argument that I just used for UCW versus TCW, where UCW's been around a lot longer. But at the same time, it's not like TNA has had no exposure. People know what TNA is. And you can still only draw 1,600 people to a television taping? That is ridiculous. Just absolutely insane. So here were the title changes that took hands. Again, every title that was defended on the show changed hands. The tag team of Zack Ryder and Zack Ryder, otherwise known as Jesse Goddard and Robbie E., who are basically just both Zack Ryder characters. So, because what's better than one Zack Ryder? Two Zack Ryders on the same tag team. So those two win the tag team titles because that's going to be a long run. Chris Sabin, who was 6 weeks ago, this guy was the world champion in TNA. This was the guy that had the top championship 6 weeks ago. Is now the X Division champion, which makes about as much sense as Dolph Ziggler winning the U.S. title, which if that happens, fuck WWE. But so it makes about as much sense as that happening. So Chris Sabin's your new X Division title champion in what was considered by most people that I spoke with on Twitter and saw their Twitter feeds as probably the worst Ultimate X match that they've ever had. Again, I didn't watch the show, so I have no idea. I can't even judge.
I don't even know what an Ultimate X match is.
The Ultimate X match, they had that structure where it's got the 4 pillars and stuff, and there's ropes that make an X above the ring, and there's just an X, just a red X that's hanging off of the top of the things, and you have to crawl across the rope or crawl across the structure and grab it. It's basically the same principle as Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Just without the ladder. So it's this, you got to climb the structure and grab the X and fall with the X in your possession to win the match. So again, just it's that's the concept. And there's been some really, really good Ultimate X matches, but this was apparently the worst Ultimate X match they've ever had, supposedly. Gail Kim wins the Knockouts title. That's fine. She's probably the best female wrestler they have on the roster. And AJ Styles wins the world title. So AJ Styles is the new world champion. beat Bully Ray, but last time Bully Ray lost the title, he won it back a month later. So forgive me for not feeling like AJ Styles is going to have a long title run. It just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. So those were the results from in the title matches, anyways. From Bound for Glory, the rest of the matches really didn't matter. I'm like you. I don't watch the TNA product a lot, but I'm in a big group on Facebook called The Flock, and it's basically a sports group.
Okay.
And they do predictors for every, like, there's a big wrestling community there. So they do predictors for every wrestling pay-per-view, major wrestling pay-per-view, and a bunch of UFC events. So they've done a couple of predictors for the TNA shows. And for the last couple of shows, I've been like, whatever, I think I'll do it. I don't watch their product. I'm 9-3 predicting their pay-per-views.
Are you? That's
so
good.
It's good. It's good for me. It's not good for TNA.
Well, no. It's good for you. It's not good for them because they're predictable.
Because clearly, someone that doesn't even watch their product can predict 75% of their match outcomes, and that's not good for them, anyways. For me, it's perfectly fine. So we've been going here for about an hour. Oh yeah, about an hour and a half now. We're pushing forward. I think what we might do is we'll speed through the last couple of things that we have at the end, but we just quickly wanted to give a little preview for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view because that's this Sunday.
Yes.
So we won't have another opportunity to talk about Hell in a Cell if we don't talk about it now. So again, there's only 3 matches right now that's announced on the card, so it's going to be a very quick preview. But the first, I want to ask you a question. Why the fuck is R-Truth the spokesperson for this pay-per-view? Like, he's on the poster.
He's black and he sings.
I guess. Is Little Jimmy in a Hell in a Cell match? That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That'd be such a great match.
He would be wrestling the Broom.
You know what? Little Jimmy versus the Broom, Hell in a Cell, I think would be the greatest match in professional wrestling history. It'd be something that, like, Shikara would watch that and just be like, WWE just beat us at our own game. Because, yeah, sure, we had a ladder who was our world champion, but they just had an invisible midget wrestle a broom. WWE wins.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, watch Shikara if you don't, because it's awesome. So R-Truth is the fucking spokesperson for the pay-per-view. That wrestle guy says it's because it's funny. I suppose that's probably fair enough.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling to me because, like, just why? Just like, why would you do that? But anyways, it scares me because it makes me think that R-Truth is going to get like a title shot because Curtis Axel doesn't have a match yet.
Sure.
So watch like him get an Intercontinental title match,
but
and
he already had a title match.
It's true
for it. So I mean, I guess he could do it again. I mean, R-Truth hasn't held a title for
ever.
A long.
It's been a long fucking
long while. Mm-hmm. So I guess it'd be good to slap something on him again.
Maybe. I wouldn't want to see Curtis Axel lose it because I think he's not doing much with it, but I think he'd be doing more with it than fucking R-Truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I know he's not really doing anything with it, but
really,
yeah, I like Axel as the Intercontinental Champion right now. But then again, once that changes, I might be like, fuck Curtis Axel. You know, you never know.
I don't know. I have mixed emotions with Curtis Axel.
Okay.
He I don't know. I just don't find him entertaining.
Fair enough. I suppose so.
And that's all I got.
That's all I got to say about that.
Snap.
Okay, so let's get to the matches that have already been announced. CM Punk in a 2-on-1 handicap Hell in a Cell match against Ryback. Ryback is Big E Langston. Ryback and Paul Heyman. So the Walrus and the Cell.
Walrus in the Cell.
I think that'd be a great book. The Walrus in the Cell. So we got CM Punk 2-on-1 handicap match. Ryback and Paul Heyman. How much?
All came together because Ryback or CM Punk beat Ryback,
right?
And got the fastest time in the qualifying match.
Yeah, that's right. They had to beat the clock challenge between two people, which I thought was kind of weird because usually beat the clock challenge is like 4, 5, 6 matches. But in any case, so he won the beat the clock, and he was like, "I'm going to give you your handicap match." Because Heyman was like, "Well, if Ryback wins, it's going to be Ryback and Curtis Axel against Punk," and it's like, "Ooh, well, okay." But Punk won, so he's like, "I'll give you your handicap match, but it's going to be Ryback and Paul Heyman." So I was like, "Yay, he's in a cell. Hopefully the Walrus gets destroyed." Poor Walrus. We named him Gregory. How much longer do you see this feud going on between Heyman and Punk? Because it's been going for a while now.
It has been going on for a while, and it's not going to... And let me use my Walrus words. I feel it's not going to stop until somebody gets hurt bad.
Nice. Right on. And so you hear stuff like that out of this feud, and it's like, even if you kind of think you're getting a little tired of it, it's like, man, when stuff like that comes out, it's just like, all right, now it's getting real, right? So now it's all right. Holy crap, that Wrestle Guy has been saying a lot.
Wow. Sorry we have been ignoring
we've been kind of ignoring you.
We apologize for that. It's nothing you have done. It's just we get in our own little world sometimes.
It's true. We get on our soapbox.
If you want to come over, we got a beer for you.
Yeah, we got a beer,
Like
Don't say that. Don't say that. It might be
sorry.
Doug. Don't say that. It might be Doug. I don't want him to know where I live. No. But so let's
Go out by the hospital.
Oh, I hate you. No, Hogan did not resign. Okay, so there you go. So apparently Hogan didn't resign.
So somebody must have photoshopped something
Probably.
on Facebook.
He says, "I would work for TNA if I had the chance. Would you?"
Only if they brought me on as a writer. If they gave me some kind of power,
right,
some kind of creative power that I could change things on will without going to the upper management and saying, "Hey, this is what I think should go," and they'd be like, "Oh,
but we don't think corporate wise. We don't think that works."
Yeah. If they would give me some kind of power, then
right?
Yes.
I'm still gonna say no, and it's not that I feel like I'm better than TNA. TNA loses a lot of money in the wrestling business, but they also make some money in the wrestling business, and I don't. I mean, my only payoff as part of the wrestling community was getting a free T-shirt for announcing that first show. The T-shirt that didn't fit me. But honestly, I would say no. The only reason I would say no is that the company's going to die. If you asked me, would you work, if you were offered a job with Ring of Honor, would you take it in a second?
Yeah, but you see, they're going to die because they're doing the exact same thing.
Right.
Over and over. They're not changing anything up.
That's fair.
They're not, I mean... We've talked about it, and we've kind of come up with like certain things that they could do, or match wise, or shit like that. That sounded awesome.
It's true. Oh yeah, the talent is there.
Oh yeah, and it's just they're not doing it.
No.
It's almost boring.
Yeah. Here's my way that I would cop out of it. I wouldn't work for TNA. But I would get hired by TNA and rebrand the entire company. And the reason that I would rebrand the entire company is that when you say TNA in a wrestling context, if you don't use tits and ass, if you say TNA in a wrestling context, everyone has a certain feeling about it. And in general, the feeling about it is negative. So if I were able to like sort of work for TNA, take over TNA, if I was able to rebrand the entire company, I'm talking new name, keep the talent, but just new name, absolute fresh start.
Okay.
Be like, you know what? Fuck TNA. Forget about TNA. We're not TNA anymore. Now we're this. So all we can ask you for is give us one chance.
True. Okay.
So we're going to change what we do here. We're going to change everything that we do here. Kind of like, again, basically what you said. We're going to change what we do here, and we're going to show you that we're not the same company that hemorrhaged money and brought in less than 1,000 people for house shows. We're not that company anymore. Now we're this company, predicated on great wrestling. Kind of what TNA was in its earlier days. A company that was predicated on having great wrestling, which is what the company was when it was a viable alternative to WWE. So in that context, yes. Here, that wrestle guy comes in again. My point is, I would rather work for a sinking ship and get my face out there, beside to maybe work other places if I was a wrestler. Okay, so we can kind of look at it there. If we were wrestlers, if we were an actual talent, would we work for TNA? My answer to that question is no.
No.
The only reason that I say that is, yeah, you get your face out there, but what context do you get your face out there? I look at like that joke I made earlier about Zack Ryder and Zack Ryder. Like it's those two guys, Jesse Goddard and Robbie E, who now the only context that wrestling fans have about those two guys is that they're Zack Ryder clones. I would not trust that company's creative with the sweat from my ball sack. There's nothing that I would trust that company's creative with. So if I was a talent, fuck no. I would be staying miles away from the company until either it dies or the head office of that company is completely stripped from the top down. Get people in there that know fucking wrestling. And I'm not talking about Vince Russo. Fuck Vince Russo with a rubber dildo. Fuck him. People that know wrestling. Get them in there to take over this company. Get fucking Gabe Sapolsky to be the head booker for TNA, and then I would go work for TNA. Even if it was still a sinking ship at that point, I would invest in someone that knows wrestling. But right now, if I was a talent, I would rather work the indies. To be perfectly honest, I would rather work Ring of Honor. I'd rather work I would rather work the independents than work TNA right now. But that's me. And who knows if I was in the actual position, who knows if I would say that. Maybe I wouldn't, but I think I would. Yeah.
Nicely put.
Bam! Fuck TNA. And fuck Vince Russo. All right, so we kind of got off track there. We're probably pretty close to 2 hours here. Let me do a quick double check. Well, we're at 1 hour and 42. Okay. So let's finish this.
What we got? Who do you got?
Yeah,
for the CM Punk versus the Walrus versus Ryberg.
Goldback. I think probably CM Punk. I think CM Punk, but somehow Heyman escapes the cage. I don't know how, but somehow I think Punk wins the match, but Heyman escapes the cage. I'm going to play it safe.
Okay.
Just because I think this is going to continue.
I can see it continuing. I want to see Paul Heyman get beat up a little bit.
Me too.
And then maybe, it would happen that maybe CM Punk puts Ryberg, Goldback, RVD in the corner, and busts open the door somehow.
Okay.
And the Walrus gets out and then shuts and locks it.
True enough. You think Brock Lesnar gets involved at all?
We haven't seen Brock.
Haven't seen him in a while.
For a long time.
No.
So it's a good possibility that he might come back to help his friend.
It could happen.
But
I hope not.
I hope not.
I'd like to see him stay away from this for at least a little while longer. World Heavyweight Championship, Alberto Del Rio defending the title against John Cena. Why? Why? I'm asking you a question.
You know what?
Fucking why?
They don't even need the match. You know, it would be like ding, 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 and Alberto Del Rio will come out. He will be like, oh, my leg, and fall down, and John Cena will come out and pin him. That's the outcome of this match.
I think Alberto Del Rio could bring a cannon to the ring, and Cena would no-sell it. No-sell arm blown off. Commence. Confirmed. Who you got?
Are you even going to ask me this? You already did.
I am obligated to ask you the question. It's in the fucking contract.
Little Jimmy.
Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy is your new world heavyweight champion. Because why the fuck? Why is John Cena in this match? What is the point? What heat is there between Del Rio and Cena? Oh, that's right. Fucking nothing.
It's just an opportunity for him to get the belt back.
Oh, my fuck.
That's it. And it's just because he's the number one person who sells the most merchandise. It's friggin'... It's...
Fuck.
Yeah,
exactly. WWE Championship. Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan in the Hell in a Cell with the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. My only question for you in this match is what rickety-ass bullshit happens this time to ensure that there's no WWE champion? Maybe the ring falls apart?
quite possibly.
Something blows up.
They're not really that, like, heavy guys to bust the ring.
No, it's true. Matter of fact, they're three of the lightest guys on the roster.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they bust the ring, there's something really, really, really wrong there.
Big Show flies in on a helicopter and just crashes the helicopter into the ring.
See, that would be a good pay-per-view.
That would be fucking awesome. Shawn Michaels super kicks the ring post and breaks his own leg and can't administer the 3 count.
Possibly. Vince
McMahon comes out walking to the ring, suddenly has a heart attack. They stop the show. A terrorist brings a bomb into the crowd. Like, there's got to be something that they're going to do.
Possibly. Or maybe this has to do with the Wyatt family.
Follow the buzzards?
Follow the buzzards.
Okay.
Possibly they come out, and who should appear again but Kane?
No, see, that's too good. That's too good.
I know. This would be expert writing from the
Right.
WWE creative staff.
This would be very fucking high-level stuff. Like this, Stephanie would just fucking blow her mind. Like, she'd just be like, "Buh?
Yeah.
What's this? A wrestling storyline that follows a logical path? Fuck that. Big Show needs money. We've never done that this month. I would like to see that. I would love that. It's too fucking good, but I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Who you got?
Well,
You can say vacant. You can say vacant retains his title.
I can say vacant.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to say vacant.
I'm just saying.
I know, but it's out there, and it's probably going to happen because
Why would you even say it? Just being an asshole.
They're running with this feud, and it's all like Daniel Bryan wins it, and then Triple H takes it away.
Yeah,
and it's just like, fuck, just let him have it.
Fucking bullshit.
Absolutely, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
I missed.
Vacant retains the WWE Championship. As much as we may hate to say it, no one holds the WWE Championship. At the end of the night, it is still belonging to Vacant. Vacant for Hall of Fame.
It's belonging to Vacant.
Exactly.
He strips it, fries it, puts it on the grill. Oh, baloney.
Stick it in a stew.
Stick in a stew, potato.
Potatoes.